The business fraternity in parts of Ongata Rongai in Kajiado County is slowly embracing conversion of containers into shopping malls as rent for permanent buildings continues to soar. Majority of the traders in upcoming centers like Masai Lodge, Ongata Rongai Town and parts of Kiserian now prefer to operate from containers which are more secure and durable. Work Scandal is a music artist and a movie shop owner at Masai Lodge Stage Shopping Center said he was amazed at the fabrication of business stalls from containers.
Nilipata containers zikiwa cheaper and easy to work with a small space which I need. You don't need a bigger room which might look empty because of the business that I'm doing, which is a coffee shop. That's why I prefer a container than a built house.
Modification of the containers has greatly contributed to creation of more job opportunities for the growing number of unemployed youth.
Business ya container is new to Kenya, I guess, but many people agree how to go about it. Actually, kama wewe ni mtu wa kufanya building and construction, so far unajua how cheap and expensive this thing is. At the same time, unajua venye inakuokolea masaa na time. When you work with containers, it's easy to jenga nyumba yenye unaweza ishi ndani ama uweke anything that you want to, either business wise ama ya kuishi.
The innovation has further been credited to improved self-employment openings of small businesses as more people are now using the containers to sell and store their wares, as others have ventured into Airbnb houses or even making home libraries. For one fabricator and CEO of Stevie Outerworks located along Masai Lodge Road, Steve Raburu, he takes us through the process of fabricating a container to a home library.
The first thing we do is map out where we want the windows, the doors. So we start by cutting out the rectangles, the squares, the framing, that is the windows and the doors. So once we are done with the cutting out, we do the fabrication work for the doors. So once the doors are in and the windows are in, now we start working on the interior. We do the framework for gypsum, that is, we're doing gypsum walls. We do the framework for the gypsum walling, put in the gypsum walling. As we do the framing for the gypsum ceiling, we also do insulation before. So the ceiling goes hand in hand with the electrical works, because you have to do the provisioning for the sockets and the wiring aspects from the word go. So once we are doing the gypsum, that is, the gypsum and the electricals are going in at the same time. So when the gypsum is done, consider the electricals done and the plumbing works done if you're doing a house. So we do provisions for the electricals outside. So once we are done with the gypsum walling and ceiling, we get into the skimming work to ensure the gypsum is uniform. So we do the skimming, then the paint work comes in.
He further states the advantages of container fabrication for owners and his business.
When you look at the cost of establishing, say, a 4-bedroom house vis-a-vis a 4-bedroom container house, you get the differences over, say, if you're doing a 4-bedroom house for, say, 4 million, you do a container house for roughly 2 million. So it's almost half the price of what you'd incur to do a standard house, a standard masonry house. So basically there's a cost factor, then there's a durability aspect. Container houses are very durable, contrary to the opinion of Mabati house. They are very durable, and when insulated well, they just sit in properly as a standard house.
For as much as business owners are enjoying the lower charges on having to pay less for rent, the container owners and fabricators are crying foul of how expensive the containers are to import, especially with COVID-19 pandemic that has slowed down production of the containers. Samson is a CEO for Sapphire Supplies in Ongata Rongai.
The container prices are affected by the international market. So anything happens to the international market, we are affected. For example, last year from 2020, since Corona started, Chinese guys have not been producing any containers during that period. So that meant that people have to depend on the few that are available in the market. So right now the container prices are very expensive to buy one. And then another thing is the prices are high, and then we don't have enough containers around, so it makes it a bit tricky to get one and when you get one, it's very expensive.
To them, if the government could zero rate the importation of containers, many people would pool resources and buy them for business, as this is cheaper than buying land and constructing a shop. For MMU TV, my name is Branis Nafula.